Good morning, everyone. Today is February 12th, and we have a pretty intense aspect about ready to happen. It's a conjunction between Mars and Uranus. Mars and Uranus can be a very explosive connection, especially in the sign of Aries. This is especially significant because Mars is in the sign of its rulership. When it's in Aries, so it makes it very powerful. Uranus has been in Aries for 7 years and is about ready to move out and will not come back for another 77 years. So most of us here will not see that. Uranus has been in Aries and since 2010, 2011. Not Mars. Uranus has been in Aries. We don't want Mars in Aries that long, believe me. And this Uranus is square the nodes of the moon. It's been like that since the summer of 2018, maybe even the late spring of 2018. So Uranus has been applying to the nodes of the moon, and Uranus requires us to break free, to individuate, to where there's tension. Uranus comes in and blows things up to release the tension, and so we certainly have had a lot of we've had a lot of tension, especially in the United States, ever since Trump became president in early 2017. So there is, to say that we're in a powder keg right now would be an understatement. Everything has been turned on its head, and if we could say we don't know if we're coming and going is probably not an inaccurate statement. But this, and what makes this even as if it's not potent enough, Mars just came off its conjunction with Pluto. That occurred, it's square to Pluto. So it just squared Pluto on the 1st, and now it's making a conjunction to Uranus on the 12th and 13th, depending on where you live. So for all intents and purposes, it's happening now. So I just want to do a reading to get a general idea of what this is going to do. I usually do readings for either the new moon or I do readings for the month. I don't think I did one, and it's already the 12th, so I can't really call this a reading for February, but I can call it a reading for the moment. Okay, so here we have the Ace of Wands. This is the card of creativity. It's the beginning of something new. So something new is coming in. And certainly one of the things that Uranus does is it breaks up the past. It frees us from the past. And something new comes in. And of course, whether we like it or not, it almost doesn't matter. Because Uranus deals with our need to evolve, our need to individuate, our need to wake up. And so the Great Awakener is waking us up to a new creativity, new opportunities in creativity. Let's see what's crossing it. We have the Knight of Wands. This is about, this card is about choosing a direction and going in it, like having a quest and going on an adventure. The fact that it's the crossing card says to me that this is going to happen whether we have a plan or not. This is going to, and even if we have a plan, it's very likely that situations or this might just blow the plan out of the water. And so let's continue and see. It's almost as if this actually in the deck, this is a card, if you put it on the tree of life, that sits in Tippereth, which is right in the center of the tree. This is a card that's at the top of the tree. And so this is sort of, this is the hand of God, sort of handing off that rod, that rod to the sky to go. And so perhaps this means that Whether you like it or not, you're going to be on a quest. Whether you like it or not, God's going to hand you the staff of life. Okay, that's what that is, the staff of life. And you're going to get on your horse and you're going to go. So whether you're ready or not, you're going on an adventure, folks. I like that better. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll call it that. Let's see what's at the root of this. Oh, Christ. The Ace of Swords, the Sword of Truth. Decisions. The decision will be made for you. If you're sort of dragging your feet on this, the decision will be made for you. Okay, let's see what's in the past. This card is about sort of planning for the future. Here's this guy. He has his globe. He's looking at the world. He already has the staff here. So what this says to me, even though it's in the past, many people, it seems to me, and I do thank you everyone for having readings with me. I do notice that people have put a lot of effort into their lives, and now they want to know what the next step is. What's the next step? They're looking out into the world and saying, what can I do to make a difference? And a lot of people are saying that to me, and that's the kind of reading they want. They want to know where their future lies. How can they be helpful? How can they be useful? How can they utilize their talents, which is very much a fire thing, your talents and abilities, to make the world a better place. And so this is the past, and so this is the fertile ground from which Spirit is going to hand us our little staff to go on our journeys, right? Let's see what's in the sky. Okay, so in the sky we have the Four of Pentacles. This can be anxiety around money, anxiety around resources. It can be wanting to hold on to your resources, sort of keeping what you have. Now, what I would suggest about this is this could either be a fear, a sense of fear, or it can be a warning that you do need to watch your resources. So it could be read either way. But what I would say ultimately is don't allow your resources to get in the way of your heart. Don't let fear around resources stop you from expressing that which is in your heart, because this card here is connected with Leo, and Leo rules the heart. And so you have to be passionate about it. And while it's important to be frugal and careful about resources, the time is ripe for us to do what we need to do, to get on the horse, to go on the quest. And fear around lack is not something that should stop you. But however, that being said, it's not a bad idea to make sure that your financial house is in order to the best of its ability. That's what I would say about that. Okay, let's see what's in the future. Okay, we get the Strength card upside down. I generally don't read cards upside down. I'm going to leave that and see what else comes up, because I'm not sure what that is. Okay. How this is seen from the outside. Okay, an opportunity for healing. A test. This is the Temperance card. The card is a testing card. It's not an easy test. When you temper steel, you put it in fire, put it in high heat, then you pound the crap out of it, and then you plunge it in the water, then you put it in high heat, and you pound the crap out of it. So there is a sense of being tempered into a strength. And it's important with this card not to get caught up in the extreme, but there tends to be a lot of extreme around you. So it's how do you sort of walk the straight and narrow without getting pulled off the beam, so to speak, by all the craziness that's going on around you. So this is okay. So I think over the next 6 weeks, the Strength card upside down want you to be aware of how much strength you have. Want you to be aware of just how much you can give to this. And even if it's just a little, it's enough. But you want to make sure that you're strong enough to do it. Whatever you're doing, you need to be strong enough to do it. I think for the most part, it has more to do with as long as you're moving forward, it doesn't matter how fast you're moving forward. As long as you have the intention in your heart, it doesn't matter just how much you get done at this point anyway in the journey, because this is not something that's going to be over in a year or a month or a week. This is probably to a certain extent a journey for the rest of our lives on some level. Okay, see the domestic situation, and so this is a card of harmony, and so it's really about us working together. It's about sharing the cup, right? Sharing the cup of love. These people stand, across from each other. They both have a cup. They're about the same height. They stand shoulder to shoulder. This is about equality. And we can see that we have the lion up here, which is, of course, the lion associated with the strength card, right? This is carnal nature raised to a higher level because we have the wings here, okay? This is the rising of the kundalini, the rising of the spiritual energy from the root where it sits, right, up into the third eye and the crown, so we can see. We have within us great power, and but in order to access it, we need to find the balance within ourselves. It's not a power over, it's a power within that comes up, and you need to be ready for that power. You need to be, it's not something you can say, oh, I'm going to raise my kundalini today, because if you're not ready, it can hurt you. And so we need to take this step by step. We need to keep in mind that we are in physical bodies, and the physical body needs rest. The physical body needs the right food. The physical body needs water, and the physical body needs to have fun. I mean, it's not just about work. We also have to remember that we have to, access joy with this. So this is a journey, this is, like I said, it's going to be a longer journey than perhaps we think, and we better have some fun on the way. Let's see, hopes and fears. Of course, destitution. Destitution is always, that kind of goes with this. There's going to be a lot of, I think there's going to be a lot of ups and downs with the resources. And once Uranus moves into Taurus and stays there for 7 years, the whole financial structure, the whole idea of money, all of that is shifting and changing. And so there is going to be, we're not going to be able to do it the way that we've done it before. And so if you're fully invested in the old way, there's going to be challenges to your financial situation. And so of course there is fear that could happen. All right, let's see what's in the outcome. Okay, we have, this is the card of dirty tricks. This is a card that warns you against that. This is a card that warns you that as you sow, if you do, if you cut corners and you cheat, or you act without integrity, which is what this card is kind of about, ultimately you're going to pay. So let's see what else comes out with this. Okay, and we have the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is the card for this year, right? It's about looking at life from a different perspective. It's about accepting what you can't change and changing what you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There's a sense of there's almost a sense of as much as all of these cards are about activity and taking action, there's also this sense of just sort of how much power do you really have? Are you just observing, right? Are we just observing what's going on? Okay, let's see what's underneath. Oh, I almost feel as though my first thought when I saw this is the this person is standing here with their, now they have now they have three pentacles, three wands. Hello. And they're looking, generally this is watching your ships come in, but I almost feel like this is watching your ships go out. I almost feel like this is you've done everything you can, and now the energy is going across the waters, and so again, the energy here, the real issue with this reading is this card here. So there's another subtext to this reading that is coming through to me now. And it's not something that I wanted to like necessarily ask the question in this way, but it seems to me that those people who have been doing dirty tricks will be held accountable. Okay? So on another level, this could very well be things moving on the Mueller investigation, things moving on all the investigations in the country. And we are somewhat just watching it happen. And this may very well be that these people don't have the strength to make it. They don't have the strength. They can't fight it. There's no fighting it. And this seems to me, if we look at it from the view of, the United States and what's going on, this would be the Republicans and the Democrats working together. So it's very possible that all of this is connected to the investigations around the president. And this being the influence, foreign influence, or fighting off the foreign influence somehow. Okay, well, one way or another, things are changing. So what I would say with this, just in general, for us regular people out there, is that we are being given the wand of creativity. We are being required to figure out a way to take our talents and abilities and share them with the world, as the world faces the truth of what has been wrought at this time. So I think that on certain levels, Spirit is in charge. Things are going to happen as they happen. We don't have much to say about it. All we can do is deal with our own lives in our own ways. And the core of that at this time is to try to get your finances in order as best you can, or certainly know where things are at. And then, of course, utilize your creative abilities. Make the choice to take an action. Okay, make the choice to take an action. That's this card. And then you need to modulate yourself so that you can move forward with the amount with the strength that you have, keeping in mind that we do have a physical body, that there are limitations here, and then ultimately what we can't do ourselves, right, we need to do together. So there's this sense of, you know, if one person is painting a room, it takes a long time. If two people are painting a room, it takes a little less time. But if there's three people, right, one person doing the walls, one person doing the ceilings, person doing the trim, it gets done. So the more people that you can work with for a common aspiration, a common dream, a common goal, the better. Okay, so that's what I want to say about this reading. Like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon, shortly. I don't know, a little later maybe. Take care. Bye.